This is Heather Moore. This is an important statement. Try to get this so the glare isn't so bad. I'm sitting at the deli in Publix. I have not been formally interviewed and deposed by any investigators. Not formally, not where we sit down, we do a thorough interview on the record. In my case, as a murder victim, a Native American, LGBT, autistic female being lynched by Epstein's defense attorneys, which includes many politicians. I should say Epstein's advocates, because they're his partners in crime, one way or the other, whether they're licensed to practice law or whether they're doctors or hospital administrators, whether it's Mayor Winefucker or Mayor Buffalo Byron Brown. That said, there's a lot of very nice people that I'm meeting, and one of the biggest one of the reasons why Cuomo's and Epstein's and Trump's allies in Vermont have fucked themselves so bad is because they're so nice. They think if they're sweet and kind and come at you the right way that they can get their bullshit over on you. Just because their tactics are more covert than what I recorded, which actually what I recorded out of the people in Vermont are just as bad, if not worse, than what I recorded by the open and notorious Ku Klux Klan red states in Florida, Arizona, and Missouri. So I see how Lindsey Boylan responds. I see how India Walton responds. I see how Charlotte Bennett responds. I see how Tara Reid responds. I see how Governor Hochul responds. I don't have to respond that way. I just spent 3 weeks in a tent cutting up blankets and sheets to deal with fucking hemorrhaging because of a rupturing uterine mass that hemorrhages internally and externally because these cocksuckers are falsifying medical records, police reports, social services records, all the way up to the federal level to hide my cancer, to make sure I don't get the work comp cancer care for deliberately accelerated endometrial cancer. And I'm living in a tent. Now, the weather's been mild, but I'm already, dehydration is a huge problem when you're going septic. And I'm always at some level of septicemia. It has multiple stages. There's early stages, then it gets more advanced and you start getting pneumonias and dental abscesses. Then you get to the point where the whole side of your face swells up and you can't talk, you can't eat, because there's an abscess in the roof of your mouth that wraps around your throat and goes up into your face. You have to remember they accelerated this cancer. It's all across my sinuses and my dental plate. And I have to battle that 24/7. I have nitroglycerin in my fucking bag because of the fucking heart attacks. The heart attacks are caused by the sepsis that causes renal failure and congestive heart failure, and then basically fluid over the heart and lungs, as well as the severe dehydration and severe blood loss. Now, I've learned how to outsmart it so that it doesn't kill me. Doesn't mean I still don't suffer the symptoms. So until you're getting raped and lynched with a fucking rope around your neck and your feet are dangling and you're just barely holding the rope enough to keep yourself alive, waiting for the cavalry to come to cut you down, shut your fucking mouth. Don't judge how I deal with my lynch mob. I filmed 47 lynchings, and I'm telling you what, those 47 lynchings that's just the 47 that I filmed. That doesn't include all the other ones Dad and everybody else filmed with 8mm or VHS cassettes. You know how you know what? When my legal team, my AA advocates, publish that video footage, along with the audio and video from this investigation that's gone on for the past 8 years, almost 9 years, they all sound the same. The bullshit coming out of everybody's mouths, whether they're standing in a circle while the sheriff holds a gun to the lynching victim's head, making them dig their own fucking grave before they shoot them, or the covert or the high-tech lynching, since, Clarence Thomas wants to play the victim, gaslight and play the victim. A high-tech lynching where doctors make false criminal allegations, and then the cops harass you. You get red flagged, and then the cops are on your butts, and then the victim services and homeless shelters cover everybody's butts, cover the doctor's butts, because they're all partnered and contracted together, integrated. It's all the same. They all say the same grimy, filthy shit. And then you have the Pollyannas making it's all the same. A whole town knew that the sheriff and the judges and the police were throwing people down fucking old wells and letting them die. Of course, you fall 70, 80 feet, you're going to have broken legs, and then you die down there, starving to death, in pain, probably bleeding from multiple fractures or God knows what. I'm not talking about a few people. I'm talking probably thousands. They committed lynchings for sport. Now, those same people, all Slick Willie's drug cartel, that call themselves, that get themselves elected as members of Congress, either Democrat or Republican, or get themselves elected to Attorney General or Governor or President, like Slick Willie eventually did. Basically, how can I put this in a way that you can understand? It's something you cannot explain until you've seen it. Basically, what they all figured out how to do was instead of just holding a gun on the person and making them dig their own grave, they figured out that if they say, we want to do a biopsy, and then slice your spinal cord so that now you're in the ICU at 20 grand a day, and then in some full care facility where they can keep making sure you get infections, they're beefing up their bottom line. They're implementing lucrative final solutions, which is to say lynchings. Now, these people know what they're doing are wrong. That's why they lied to me on record, lied to everybody else to cover up what they did. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I recorded myself being very diplomatic and very understanding with these sons of bitches. It went one in one ear and out the other, and they doubled down and said, fuck you, we're going to murder this cunt. This colored cunt. This colored queer fucking cunt. We're going to rape her and kill her and make money off of it in the process, and then lie to hide it. Every fucking day, I'm in pain. Every fucking day, I have to outsmart severe dehydration, severe blood loss, excruciating pain. I have to fit it. Plus, when you've got as much damage to your major organs as I do, you can't absorb the nutrients from the food. So then you're weak and fatigued and tired. So I have to lug around battery packs that are very heavy, sit and charge them up all fucking day, haul in water that adds to the rupturing and the hemorrhaging. Yeah, don't judge how I respond to motherfuckers who waged war on me because they wanted to fuck me, not only literally in the bedroom, but fuck me in the exam room by running unbundling and upcoding scams on me, and have the nerve to play victim when I said, I'm not going to be a part of this. Chad Cronin got recorded telling me And if I left him, his powerful government friends would fuck with my life in ways I couldn't imagine and kill me. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm quoting some of it verbatim, but I'm not going to go into the whole conversation. It was a indirect threat. The fucker followed through with it. He's one of Epstein's defense attorneys. Doesn't matter whether he's an attorney of record or not. He bragged about helping people in their various, whether it was helping get someone elected or a civil rights case or whatever. He enjoyed being off the record because he said that I can make them help. I help them and I'm off the record, and then they owe me later. Narco insurance, meaning I helped you, now you owe me. You have to help me. Plus, he said, I don't like people to see me coming. So, if you don't like what I post, if you don't like what I say, the fact that I haven't sliced these fuckers' throats or slice their dicks off and shove it down their throats means I'm being very diplomatic. I'm stage 4 cancer. Barely staying alive. Barely. I'm not sharing everything I have to go through to stay alive, because then these cocksuckers will know how to kill me. So don't project your the fact that you have air conditioning and you have a home and you have running water and you can just plug in your phone and charge your phone anytime. Yeah, you can afford to be diplomatic. I'm being held hostage, right along with several other million people. Many of those people won't live to see the next day, getting raped and murdered to death. Anybody telling any minority that they have to respond peacefully when somebody is violently waging war against them and murdering them and holding them hostage is some privileged ass motherfuckers that have clearly got it way too fucking comfortable. Now, I do believe that we should not let all this crap they're pulling with the Supreme Court and the guns and the abortion have us pitted against each other. But that doesn't just work for we the people. That also goes for everybody working on my case. Don't judge how I defend myself and how I cope with the fact that I'm going to die. And it's going to be a miserable, painful death, and there's nothing anybody's going to be able to do to stop it. The fact that I haven't already killed these people, because I know damn well I can't be prosecuted, because 2 days in jail. Let's say I go out and kill all of them. Hypothetical. Let's say I go kill them all. They arrest me. I'll be dead within days. Days. I'll never live to see trial. But that's not going to get anybody anywhere. Now is it? That's not going to get all these millions of people justice. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop all the other murders that are going to happen. So I'm sacrificing my natural life, my human right to defend myself, to prevent. I'm sacrificing a good thing for the greater good. And I don't give a fuck about whether or not it's recognized. I could give a fuck about that. You cut up sheets and blankets to catch all the fucking blood. And feel and be in that excruciating pain where someone feels like somebody's taking a ball bat and whacking you in the crotch and across your ass and across your back and across your top of your thighs. To the point that you can't move. You can't even sit up in your bed without the pain being so bad you want to scream. And you don't even have a bed. You have a fucking cot in a fucking tent. I'm done. I ain't got nothing more to say. I'm already pissed.